YTVC. Well, here's my yesterday's haul video for you, as promised on Facebook. It's taken me all this time just to upload 11 minutes of discussion about a Nick Drake release I received today. Unbelievable. So slow, my broadband. In the background, some of you will love it, some of you will hate it, is my RSD release of Opeth, Morning Rise. It's the one on half grey and half white vinyl. Lots of barky vocals on it, but the most amazing playing, and it's a lovely release. Although this dickhead went and spilt water on the floor where my albums were, and look, it's got water damage on the bottom edge, and I hadn't even played it, and a bit in the corner. Still, there we go. Albums that be played and worn, I guess, just like good clothes, so what the hell. Okay, so my haul from yesterday in London. Slurp of tea in my Led Zepp mug before I start, and here we go. I have to say, I found a Grail, which I don't think I've ever seen this album on vinyl before, and I'm going to hold that to the end, but I was so pleased to have it. I spent far too much. Anyway, here goes. So, a lot of RSD releases left over in London in various shops, and I had to get this because the shop where it was, which is Cautious Records near Berwick Street, they charge no more than £7.50 for these, which is the right price. If you go to Rough Trade, they're charging almost 15 quid for RSD singles. It's a disgrace. I've also managed to get the Bowie Stars single in white vinyl on eBay for a tenner, so I couldn't find that anywhere, so I'm really happy. My next RSD pickup is this one, Gong et Mort, Vive Gong. This is a 1977, it's a reissue of a 1977 concert. You'll notice that Steve Hillage's face has been cut out on the inner. That's a picture of the band, because there were some issues with Virgin and license and all the rest of it, but they played a gig in France, and it was like at the Hippodrome Paris on the 28th of May 77, and this is the album of that. And I got this for £18 yesterday, and I'm really pleased with it. It's a really nice copy, heavyweight vinyl. Excellent. Now, on to my haul. Most of these came from Reckless Records. In fact, all of these came from Reckless Records. And if you get in there at the right time, if you land at Reckless at the right time, people have dropped their entire haul, their entire collection in there. And if it's a band you like, you can practically buy the entire catalogue of that band, as I almost did. For a solo artist, I'm going to show you in a minute. But I would have bought more, I just couldn't afford it, I just had to stop. So here we go. So the first one is Tom Verlaine, Flashlight. I saw this and thought, wow, never heard that. I was actually looking for Marquee Moon and the second Television album, but couldn't find them anywhere. I might have to get the re-releases for a tenner. I'd really like to get hold of them, but I used to have them. This is on Fontana, and it's so thin. It's just so thin. It's almost like a flexi disc, but I'm sure it'll be great. I love Verlaine's vocals. I love his work with Television. I can't believe this is going to be anything but a Television-like release. This was a mere £4, and it's in pretty much mint condition, although, as I said, very floppy. That's that one. Another great album, Flat Broke and Berserk, Roy Harper, on the Harvest label. This is Black Harvest, so I think it's a second edition. I love this album. I absolutely love this. It's got Hell's Angels on it and Tom Tiddler's Ground, which is a superb, absolutely superb track, and also I Hate the White Man. He would, wouldn't he? So it's on Harvest Black, this one. Pity it's not on Harvest Green. I think this might be some sort of import, but, you know. It was a mere, I kept all the pricing, so have a look, how much was this one? This was, in UK, £12, a bit expensive that, but hey, had to have it. My favourite John Martin album of all time. I had it when it first was released. It's on Island label. I do not remember my copy being shiny laminate sleeved, but maybe that's just me getting old. I'm sure it was a matte finish, but hey. Here we all are, rumours and old toffee abound. John Martin, the wonderful, the amazing One World. If you haven't heard this, go and buy it. I challenge anybody to dislike this album. I saw him do this live in Bristol in 77, I think it was, 76, and wow, it's just amazing. It is just an amazing album. 77, of course, and it's on that, you know, the dark blue and the light blue 77 Island label, so that's an original. Although this is a 2U, it must be a second pressing, which it does say distributed by EMI, so I'm confused now. I'm sure mine was matte anyway, but love this album. I promised myself if I saw it anywhere I'd buy it. It was £6, so absolute bonus. Right, here we go then. So this is my all one artiste haul. No, first of all, let's do this one. This is a factory sample, not for sale. Bill Nelson's Red Noise. Do you know, I've not heard any Red Noise. I was a massive, massive bebop fan, but I sort of stopped. It's on Harvest, but it's sort of like a vanity label, as they call it. But I love Bill Nelson, even when he went a bit sort of synthy, which I think this is probably. Produced by John Leckie. Vocals, electric guitars, drums. Okay, so maybe it is, for those of you who've heard this, maybe it is very guitar-y. Anyway, factory sample, not for sale. Should have been free then, shouldn't it? Cost me £3. It's in good condition, it's fine. So, back to where I started. So, I love Van de Graaff Generator. I'm an old proggy at heart, and hold on, let's turn down the barking. And for me, Peter Hammil is an absolute genius. I could have bought his entire back catalogue because somebody must have dolloped in their entire Hammil collection. But I picked up 10 and I put back 7, and I went for these because these are my favourites, 2 of which are just perfect albums, and the final one is my Grail. I went to see Peter Hammil at Bristol Old Vic, which is like an Elizabethan court where you sit round, and he sat there with piano. He had someone on bass, can't remember who it was, but it will tell me on the album, no doubt. Might have been Danny Thompson. And he just played guitar and sang, and it was just an amazing album. I went and bought this album on CD, because it was CD time, and I never thought I'd see it on vinyl, and here it was, so I went and bought it. So I'll show you that in a minute. So, first off, The Silent Corner and the Empty Stage. This is an original Kaz 1083 Charisma label. Weird sleeve that, you know. I always think when you look at it there, it looks like someone's bum, but there you go. That's the inside. It's got the original sheet with the lyrics on, and I think that's an inner. That's the inner. So they've taken out the inner and they put it in a paper bag, which is really falling apart. I'm going to ditch that. But there we go. As anybody will know who watches my videos and pictures, my favourite label of all time, of the famous Charisma label. And that's the small Hatter one. It is a Porky Prime cut, and it's a 1U, so it's first pressing. Pecco. I don't need to say any more, just wonderful to own that. I never had it originally. I had a sort of latter generation on the blue Charisma label, and then I had it on CD, so to have that on vinyl, it was a toss-up between that and Chameleon, and I went for that. It just has the edge for me. Okay, the next one. Oh yeah, how much was that? Let's have a look. That was £8. Not bad. Very good condition. Small Hatter plus insert. I think they had a large Hatter there, which was worth more, but I couldn't justify that. I think they wanted 20 quid for that. This was £12. Very good plus. It is. It's absolutely immaculate. Peter Hammil's over. Love that picture on the back. So cool. Sitting in a garden with his Les Paul, black ebony fretboard, just doing what he does best. I'm going to sit and play that and pretend I've never heard it before and just enjoy it as if it were the first time. Sad as I am, but I'm going to. It's got the inner, so I shall sit and read the lyrics, and it's got one of these lovely poly-lined sleeves that fits the inner, so I should be putting that in, and it is so shiny. It's like I've just bought it, but I think it's 3, so it's a 3rd generation. It's on the small Hatter, but look at that. Look at that. I don't know if I can get the light on it, but it is like mint. I'm so pleased to have that. Really am pleased to have that. So, I bought that one. Damn, I wish I'd bought the Chameleon there. I bet you when I go back it's gone. Always happens to me. But when you're making a big purchase and it's like at 70, 80 quid, you think, I've got to stop. And then you think, oh, if I saw it now, I could just spend, 20 quid and buy Chameleon. If I saw it for that, I'd buy it. And it was on the original Hatter label. Anyway, here's my Grail. I absolutely adore this. I didn't know it was out on vinyl. I bought it on CD. It's just produced by Peter Hammil, except one track, something about Isabel's Dance, co-produced by David Lord on Enigma Records. There it is. If you haven't heard this album, which is Out of Water, it's just amazing. But then I saw this, no inner or anything, I saw this live, and for me it's all about that experience. And I'll have to check if that had an inner, but it's immaculate condition. It's an A1 matrix. It's 1st edition. It's mint. It's mint. Minty mint. So, absolutely loving that. A bit of a Peter Hammil haul, really. And I could have bought so many more. They had Skin. They had about 20 Hammil albums, and I just couldn't. I had to just make my choice from what they had. So, Out of Water, Over, and Silent Corner. Fantastic. What a haul. See you later.